What's up, everyone? What's happening? Peace and blessings to everybody. Peace and blessings to you. Just waiting for more people to come to the live. That's some very important things to talk. Marcus, what's up? Marcus, you must be sitting by the phone waiting for me to jump off. Wow, Marcus, you really fast, man. You are really fast, bro. How are you doing, man? I am doing okay, brother. What's up? What's up? Peace and blessings to everybody. I got some very important news to share with you all today. How you doing? Hope everybody's okay. What's up, Marcus? So far, you're the only one on the live tonight. What's up, everybody? What's up? Warning, an hour ago, DC Born Rock updated a video. Remember what you went through at the airport in Medellin. Yeah, they're checking phone. Yeah, they are really cracking down, Marcus. Medellin is really, yeah, they are. Yeah, they're checking phones. They're cracking down on this sex tourism down there. Yes, they are really cracking down. Yes, they are. Yes, yes, yes. They did profile me there. I was profiled. Yes, they did. Yeah, things are really getting tough down there. They're really cracking down. I'm not blaming it on the passport bros, but bad content is doing it, and all this bragging and getting on there talking about sexual conquest is bringing unwanted attention. Yeah, they're profiling us too. Yeah, they are really starting to profile us even more. Because they profiled me. There's another guy in Cartagena. They got him too, and Gio Jackson, what's his name? Another YouTuber. He said they got him too. So they're, I don't know. I feel that something is going on. That they are focusing on us because we are bringing unwanted attention. But I want to put out a travel alert that the government shutdown is closing a lot of airports. People are getting their flights canceled. People are getting stranded. So I will advise you all, I wouldn't travel right now until this government shutdown is over. Hey, what's up? What's up, little Will? When I went through the Medellin airport, they didn't check my phone. That was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, they didn't check my phone neither. And I was scared too. I was like, God, I hope they don't check my telephone. Because those chicas do be sending you a lot of videos, you know what I'm saying? They do be sending those videos. And if they see you got those videos on your phone, I would suggest what you do is either get a new phone with nothing on it. You know what I'm saying? So if you have to give them a phone, you'll give them that phone. With no pictures, no nothing, just regular apps. Because they're gonna go in there, they're gonna see your videos, they're gonna look into your pictures. If they see too many chicas on there, yeah, if I were everybody, I would wait till the government shutdown is over. Don't travel right now because there are people who are getting stranded right now. You got whole entire airports are not are shutting down because they don't have enough air traffic controllers. Booker T, what's up, man? I'm looking for a reasonable price unblocked phone with a good camera. Um, a good phone. I'm not for sure. Let me show you some. I'm gonna show you guys some. I'm gonna show you the phone I use. Okay. This is the type of phone that I use, that I have out. Now I have two phones. I'm using the Samsung phone that I'm using right now. But when I get in a taxi or anything, I use the most oldest looking phone that you can find. But this phone here, believe it or not, I bought this phone in 2000. I'm sorry, it's not that old. I bought this phone in 2018. This is a very old phone, but it still works really well. And when I'm in a taxi or something like that, if I want to use Google Maps or whatever, I pull this phone up because this phone don't look valuable at all. You don't want to be in the Uber or the taxi. You pulling out a um, a an iPhone or something like that because that draws unwanted attention to yourself. I've heard so many stories about guys getting robbed by Uber and by taxi drivers. So this is the phone that I use right here. Yeah, the government is shut down. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the government is shut down. I will not do any traveling right now until this is over. Do not do any traveling because you can end up going somewhere and they'll have a way back. There are people right now that are getting stranded as we speak. And I just got back. I just got back from Colombia 4 days ago, and I was really watching that government shutdown because I was just praying that my flight wasn't canceled or something happens that I end up being stranded or something like that. Let's see. How's the camera? I have a cheap phone I use to travel with, but the camera is terrible. Just get you a used phone. Maybe go to the pawn shop or something, or get something really cheap. You know what I'm saying? Don't take no now, you can't take an expensive phone, but just put it away. When you pull out your phone, pull out something like this because this phone look cheaper than the ones that taxi drivers use. So why would they pull over or try to rob me for this phone? That's what I would do if I were you. Joseph, what's up, brother? How are you doing, sir? You okay? Good to see you. So the government shutdown is having an effect on traveling right now. So do not travel at this moment. He said, what's your reaction to my comment on the live streams? What comment you talking about? You talking about the one about DC Born Rob, about the... Yeah, pineapples don't grow on trees. I tell you that. Yeah. Do not give them a reason to rob you. Do not give them a reason because if you pull out an expensive phone, like an iPhone or something like that, chances are they're going to try to get you for it. And this is something that I take with me all the time when I'm down there. This is the phone right here. It works still very well. I can still do Google Maps. I can take some pictures. I really don't do no videos with this phone. I usually do videos with this phone that I'm talking to y'all from. You said no, from your last stream, Dark Side of Come. What comment are you talking about, Marcus, from the last video? I don't know. I got so many comments. Which comments are you talking about? about the dark side of Colombian women. Today we're going to talk about the good side. I did the dark side, but today we're going to talk about the good side because they do got some good sides. Oh, matter of fact, I did hear from Cookie yesterday. She's doing fine. Me and her still communicate. Look, Will, what type of new rules are they implementing? I wouldn't be surprised. What type of new rules are they implementing at the airports in Colombia? Oh, and another thing, our relationships with the U.S. is getting worse. Gustavo Petro and Trump do not like each other. They do not like each other. As a matter of fact, I read an article that Gustavo Petro said that the last boat attack that they destroyed was a Colombian boat full of tourists. I mean, full of Colombian citizens. This situation, it does not look good. If you're going to Colombia, go down there with caution. Please go down there with caution. Because it seems like our relationship is really starting to sour. So right now, if I were you all, I will not travel down there right now. Wait till the government shutdown is over before you travel because I'm hearing that air traffic controllers are not coming in. Some of the TSA agents are not coming in. They haven't been paid. A lot of those people haven't been paid to cover. I think this is like, what, the seventh day of the government shutdown. The DC wants to say he doesn't blame them for cracking down on sex tourism, even though I don't feel like it should have got this far. Stop it means people should already know how to act. You know, the problem is bad content. There are content creators are putting out bad content about working girls down there in Colombia. That's the problem. You have to watch what you put on YouTube. You got to watch what you put on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. That's the problem. Because believe me, you have people that's very high up there that watch those videos. You got people in the high places that watch those videos. So I would wait right now before I travel right now let's wait till the government shutdown is over. Because I'm hearing that people are being stranded and their flights are being canceled because there's not enough workers at the airport. So I will wait. And if you do finally go to Colombia, I will go there with a different phone. If you do have a phone, I would recommend you just clearing it out. You know what I'm saying? Just do a factory reset, erase all the pictures and everything that's on there. I don't personally think the people are high up with more money and fame to what. Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do. Chris, what's up? Salute, brother. Salute, brother Chris. Hey, Chris, are you? Yes, they do. Those people do watch those videos. You have to be careful what you put on. You have to be very careful what you put on YouTube. You have to be very, very careful what you put on YouTube. You don't think Donald Trump watches YouTube? You could put something negative about him on there and he can read it and he will know who you are. YouTube is a very, very powerful platform. It's a very powerful platform, just like driving a car. You have to respect it. It's crazy. I heard over the healthcare. It's hot. Let me see. Yeah, healthcare is very high. It's very high. Absolutely, sir. Yeah, salute to you, Chris. We're gonna get together. I'm gonna put you on the. I'm gonna do the StreamYard again on the next live that I do. I know you all say I missed the economic collapse and all that stuff, but for some reason it seems like I'm getting more. I don't know. I'm getting more um, watch time. Oh, I'm doing it this way than I did on. I don't know why. I'm getting much more watch time doing it this way, and it's like it's doing better on the algorithm. What's up, Bruce? These guys making videos, telling yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah, Bruce, making videos telling the prices how much, but that's what I'm talking about. Why would you put that on YouTube about the prices and stuff like that? Oh, you can go to La Setenta and you can get one for $30. Oh man, you spending too much money, man. I found a Venezuelan for $50. They put all that stuff on YouTube. And believe me, you have people in high places that watch YouTube. Gustavo Petro and a lot of these presidents from these countries in Brazil and places, they do watch YouTube. Don't let nobody lie to you. They do. And they sit there and say, wow, that's what they think about my country. That's what they think about our women. Why do you think what happened to the passport bros in Kenya? I'm going to do a video on that too. I'm going to do a video on that. Why do you think they were chased out of Kenya? Huh? How do you think that happened? Because people are putting the wrong content. And that situation with Jay Riddle, I knew it. I said, pretty soon, those Kenya people, it's going to kick them out of there. And let me tell you something about Africa. What they do down there that you have to be careful of, they have street justice down there. My cousin lived down there for years in South Africa, in Johannesburg. Okay? They have street justice. What will happen is you will have a mob in front of your house. You will have a mob in front of your house to unalive you. And they will throw fire bombs and stuff in your house to get you out, and they will pull you out in the street and unalive you right out in the streets. He's seen that before down there. Katie McCoy, how are you? How are you doing? Good to see you. Let me see you. Yeah, well, you gotta watch that video about what the illness that I went through. People ask me about my hairline. Yeah, I tell you, when you go through sickness and disease and cancer and stuff, it takes a toll on your body. Yes, I did lose hair. Yes, all my hair broke out right here, all over here, even back here, I lost hair. But when you're going through treatment, and as a matter of fact, I have to go back to the doctor for some other things that's going on. My health is good, but unfortunately, sometimes your health will take a turn. You know what I'm saying? But I did do a video saying my voice disappeared overnight. It's on my playlist. Please watch that video, and it tells you everything about the health crisis that I went through. And I'm going through another health crisis that I'm going to tell you guys about on another future video. Let me see. Yeah, they do. Yeah. Watch your videos. You are telling the truth. Watch videos where they have to go back home and it cause bad company. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I try, you know what, on this channel, I guarantee you guys gonna always get the truth. Always get the truth. Okay? I don't troll anybody. I don't make fun of anybody. I don't troll other YouTubers or anything. But I'm going to give you the truth on this channel. I promise you. But the thing that no, no, Swip, you good. You good. No, you okay. You okay, brother. Swip, you are doing good. Before you guys leave, just make sure you send a like to the channel, man. I appreciate it. Share my videos. I really, really appreciate it. This channel has really came a long ways. This channel has really came a long ways, man. Thanks to you all for your support. So, okay, I'm beginning to the 10 qualities about Colombian women that you should know about. I told y'all the negative part, but I'm gonna tell you guys the positive part. But you know what? I've been watching this YouTube channel called The Gringo Files. Oh my God. Woo! My goodness. Man, some guys down there making some serious mistakes. Man, they're making some serious. I'm talking about you have gringos are losing like thousands of dollars to these women. There was one guy that lost over $500,000. You got to do your homework before you take those women down there. Now, let me tell you one. Let me tell you this story I heard about on the Gringos file. It was this one guy. He met a female. I'm gonna make this long story really short. Okay. Fell in love with her. Fell in love with the family, and he built a house in the States. Okay. He built a house in the States. He brought the family, and he married. To make a long story short, he married her. But the stupid thing he did is he put her name on all of his assets. Yeah, about $500,000. He put he put her name on all of his assets. But guess what was crazy about this whole situation? He had the family come, and he brought the cousin to come, her cousin. Guess what he found out? Guess what he found out? He found out that his wife was having an affair with her own cousin. And not only that, she got pregnant by him. She got pregnant by her own cousin and tried to lie about it. And the cousin was living in the house with the rest of the family. He did a DNA test on the child and on himself. He sent the DNA test out and found out that the baby wasn't his. It was the cousin's. I was like, oh my freaking God. So guess what? It was even worse. He put his name on the birth certificate. So even after he divorced the wife, he still got to pay child support. $800 a month. And guess who gets the house? She gets the house. And he's left with nothing. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. So he got to pay child support until the child is 20 years old, even though the DNA test said it wasn't his baby, and she got pregnant by her own cousin. That's why you do not move fast. If you're going to marry somebody, do a prenuptial agreement Protect your. And not only does this happen in Colombia, but this happens in Thailand too. This happens a lot of times. These gringos and these foreigners, they get so wrapped up into these women, and they just turn off all their defense mechanisms. There's no freaking way I would put a woman I just met from another country on the deed of my house. So now he has to pay child support on a child that's not even his. It belongs to the cousin. So what's going to happen is when he left the house, her and the cousin is going to live in the house that he bought. Let's see. Deep well. All right, we got some more trolls here. Let me kick them out. Okay, there we go. Y'all can hear me now. Okay. I'm doing this on the phone, so I'm not doing this on the computer. So I gotta be very careful when I touch the screen. Okay, there we go. Okay. Y'all can hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Yeah, okay, good, good. I'm sorry, but I'm getting all these crazy trolls on the live, but always do your homework. So we're gonna talk about the bad, the 10 negative things, but I'm gonna tell you the 10 good things that Colombian women have that you're gonna, if you meet the right one, these are the characteristics that you will find that I have experienced myself, okay? Okay, they're very good. Number one is that they're very good with children. They are very, very good with children. If you want your wife and you want a good wife that's good to your children, the number one thing is they're very good with children. They're very nourishing with kids. They help them do their homework. They make sure they get their lunches. They're very, very close to their children. I dated a couple of women, and the children always looked like they was on point every time. Every time I seen the kids was always on point. So they are very, very good mothers. Yeah, she trapped them. Yeah, that's what she did. Yeah, that's what she did. Very good, very good. So if you're looking for a wife that's very good with children, she would a Colombian woman will take care of your children. These are the positive things that they do. I'm going to tell you about the positive things. Number two, they have a very close sense with family. Let me tell you this. If they had to make a choice between you and a family, they're going to choose a family. Don't ever, one thing, don't ever do this. Don't ever make them choose between you and the family. You're going to lose every time. They nurture strong bonds, you know what I'm saying? Putting loved ones at first. You know, their homes are filled with laughter and the scent of cooked meals, and they pass down that tradition. They really believe in tradition. Tradition is really important. That's why I tell you guys that if you don't live down there, you can't have a relationship. Yeah, and they're great cooks. Yes, I was going to get into that one too, Chris. Yeah, they cook they're very. Yeah, I have the female I met at the romance tour in Barranquilla. Good cook, very good cook, very good at the kitchen. That haunts me even till today that I messed up on a really good thing down there in Barranquilla. I really messed up on a really good thing. I'm sure if I would have brought her back here to the States, she would have I would have no problem with her. I would have no problem with her. But they have a deep sense of family. Family is really important to. That's why I would never, or Booker T, the property case in every country, yeah. But the U.S., yeah, really. Miss G cooked for steak tacos. Yeah, yeah, she was good. Yeah, Miss G, yeah, she was making me steak tacos. That has to be one of the biggest red pills channels. That has one of the biggest red pill channels. Okay, people in the U.S. will throw their family away like that. And you know what? A lot of foreigners that go to Thailand to meet these Thai girls, they put their family out. They just these women have such a grip on their mind until they push away their family. But the only time they talk to their family sometimes is when they get into trouble. We're gonna talk about that. Some things about Thailand you guys need to know. And I got some disturbing information that's very scary. Well, I don't say it's scary, but you need to know about on this. But like I said, on this channel, you guys come here for the truth, and I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay. So, like I told you, these women have a deep sense of family. Don't ever try to come between them and the family. If they make a choice between you and the family's going to come first. Always, every single time. I never come between their family, between their kids, between them because they have a very sense of family. That's why it's important when you dating a female from another country. That's why it's very important that you live in that country because you have Christmas, you have Easter, you have New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, all that stuff. You have to be there because those are strong family things that they do on those holidays. It really means a lot. It's not enough to come down there for 6 days and then leave and then come back in a year or whatever. That's not enough. You have to be involved. You have to be involved in their lives with their family. Tony, your man Will is here. Hey, what's up, Will? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'll be in Thailand in 3 weeks. Okay, cool. That is awesome, Willie Brown. And I want you to come back on the channel and tell me how things are going um, in Thailand too. But I got something I need to tell you about Thailand too, Mr. Willie Brown. It is so good to see you. It is so good to see you, brother. But wait till whatever you do, Willie Brown, wait till the government shutdown is over. Do not travel anywhere while this government shutdown is happening right now. Because there are people are getting stranded everywhere. And you may get somewhere and you may not be able to get back. Oh, thank you, Willie Brown. Thank you. Thank you. I'm using the phone. I'm using this phone to do my lives, so I can't tell whether I have the cash up or not. But thank you, Willie Brown. Willie Brown has been very, very, very helpful on this channel. And I really appreciate you, Willie Brown. You are the man. You are the man. And I got your back, brother. I got your back 100%. Thank you so much, Willie Brown. Thank you. Let me see. We got Mr. Adam here. Say one more thing about the government shutdown. I am going to call Diddy and tell him to pay you. No, the reason why I'm talking about the government shutdown, it's bad, man. It's bad. The government shut down. The government shut down for about almost a week now. So I'm just trying to prevent you from going somewhere. You may get out there and not able to get back. That's all I'm saying. It's having an effect on a lot of jobs for the government with the IRS and everything. So if the longer that the government shutdown continues, the more they're going to keep shutting down. People are walking off their jobs right there, calling in sick. So I'm not trying to make a big deal out of the government shutdown. I just don't want you all to get on a plane and go somewhere and can't get back. That's what I'm saying. I got to go. I paid already. Yeah, I know. But just do your research before. Let me just tell like this. Do your research before you go, okay? Do your research before you go. Smooth Life is in the house, y'all. This is the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you so much for the super chat, sir. Thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you, brother. You are the man. Thank you. Let me see here. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Thank you, Smooth Life, for the super chat. I really appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, I know. I'm going to get StreamYard back on again. But you know what was so crazy about this, the way I'm doing it now, it seems like the watch time and the views are going way up by me doing it straight through YouTube's live stream. Because what I would do, let me be honest with you guys. When I would do the StreamYard with the economic collapse the way I was doing before, I would get very low watch time. Very low. I would get some decent watch time. I would get very low views. Since I've been in Colombia and doing the live streams this way, for some reason the algorithm is just like I don't know. I would get off the live and it shows that I have over 200, 300 views. That never happened on StreamYard. But what I'm going to do once a week, maybe once every other week, I use the StreamYard and do the economic class. But I'm going to do Chris when he gets back from Peru. Okay? Okay. So we did number 2. They have a deep sense of family. I'm going to tell you number 3. They're very passionate and hardworking. Those are some of the most hardworking women you will ever get to know. Yeah, make sure you have travel insurance. Yes, I had that. Yep. Matter of fact, American Airlines, they give you a referral to a travel insurance. Yeah, you must. I did. I did sign up for the travel insurance when I went to Colombia. Yes, I did. Make sure you always get. I mean, it may cost you an extra, like close to $100, but it's worth it. Yeah, I got the more views in days than you would have. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why. I'm getting more people jumping on this live this way than I did with StreamYard. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I got 7 likes so far. There's about 11 people on the live so far. Okay. Even though I ain't really common that you go live back to back. You've been doing this since Colombia. Yeah, I know. I've been doing this since Colombia. Yeah. And what's so bad was let me tell you something. When I do those economic collapse and live stream videos that I was doing, it takes days to make the thumbnail, to make the title, to edit those videos I've been sharing, what I share with you guys. But this takes me approximately 5 minutes to set up. And I'm getting more views. For some reason, this just goes crazy on the algorithm. I don't know why, but it's just better on the algorithm. Let me see. Can you get travel insurance that cover you if you leave every? Let me see. Can you get travel insurance that covers you if you leave every 90 days? You have to ask the travel insurance. I use one called Alliance. You have to call the travel insurance and ask them the question. It's called Alliance. I think that's the name that I use for my travel insurance. Yeah, they're very good too because let's say if something happens to you on flight, that they will have to make a diversion. You have to pay for that. Did you know that? If you get sick on a plane and they will have to divert that flight, let's say if you're on your way to Brazil or something like that, and you get sick, have a medical emergency on the plane, that they will have to divert that flight. All that cost will be transferred over to you. I'm giving you guys the truth. I'm giving you guys the truth. You will have to pay for that emergency cost, and that could cost in the thousands of dollars. That could cost in the thousands of dollars. But the travel insurance cover everything. They cover that. If you get sick in Colombia or Brazil or somewhere, the travel insurance will cover that. Your health insurance bills. So I would really highly recommend, if you're going to travel, make sure you get that travel insurance. It's cheap. It's not that much. It's about, mine costs like maybe close to $100. I think it was like 90 something dollars. But oh, and then it protects you in case there's a delay or something in your flight or something goes wrong. It covers everything. It covers everything. So I will highly recommend you getting the travel insurance. Yeah, I always tell you guys, always make sure you're healthy before you travel. And let me tell you this, I've said this before, and most of you all don't understand when I tell you all this. If you encounter a chica and you have relations with her, try to keep this clean for YouTube. If you're anticipating on doing that when you get there, please go see a cardiologist before you do it. Please make an appointment with a doctor, with a cardiologist before you do that, because they go very, very, very hard. Because I was with my girl, Cookie, heart rate was going way up. And they go very hard. They go very hard. And my heart was just racing really, really, really fast. So if you have heart problems or anything like that, I would advise you not to do it. Okay. They're passionate, hardworking. They help you run your business right. They keep things in order. They're very good at helping you. You know what I'm saying? They're very organized. They bring a lot of dedication. If they got one thing about a Colombian woman, if she got your back, she got your back. She got your back 100%. And I'm talking about the good ones. When they have your back, they got your back 100%. Okay? They're passionate and they're very, extremely hardworking. Matter of fact, when I was dating Susie, I was staying in a hotel for a very long time, right? And I wanted her to wash my clothes for me. I asked her, where can I go and get my clothes washed? Because I got tired of wearing the same thing, And the hotel, they would charge you a lot of money to have, somebody come by and pick up your clothes and wash them. So she did them, and I found out her and her mom hand washed all of my clothes. And when they brought them back to me, they had them all folded up neatly and everything. I was very impressed with that. So yes, they are. They are very, very hardworking women. Let me see how many people. There's 10 people. Okay. Number 4, and this is the big turn on that I like, especially in chicos in Medellin. Natural elegance and confidence. They always make sure before they leave the house, they always make sure that they're on point as far as they looks. They have a very natural sense of style. And you know what's so crazy about it? They don't need fancy clothes. Every female that I have encountered that was with me, especially Cookie, every single time that we left that hotel, as we go out, when she was in the room with me, she made sure that her makeup was on point. She made sure her hair was on point. And she made sure the clothes she wore was on point. And she was gorgeous. And I know they spend a lot of time in the mirror. I mean, she at least spent, we were just getting ready to just go to the mall just by itself. She at least spent about 45 minutes making sure that her makeup, making sure she had curling irons and all that stuff, making sure that she looked presentable before she left that hotel room. No, I never told them they didn't wash my clothes. No, she washed my clothes, Marcus. Plus, you said you had to wash your clothes in the sink. Well, sometimes I would have to wash my own clothes. I'm talking about there was one time that she washed the clothes for me. I didn't say she did it every time, but one time she did wash the clothes for me. Yeah, she did wash the clothes for me. She didn't do it every time, but she one time she did do it for me, and she helped out. And that's why you see them. They win that Miss Universe contest every year because they put a lot of time into their appearance. They believe in exercising. They believe in Bible. Matter of fact, when I was there in the Poblado area, in a certain area in the street, I can't remember what calle that was in, but it'd be a whole group of them. They'd be jogging. They'd be running. A whole group of them. They have their stretch pants on it, and they be like running, and they do this like maybe every other day or something like that. But they're really very good into fitness. Very good into fitness of taking care of themselves. Okay, that's number 4. All right, we get down to number 5. Masters of celebration. They love to celebrate. Oh yes, yes. They love to celebrate, man. They love to celebrate. They love to celebrate holidays. They love to celebrate birthdays. They love to celebrate Christmas, all that stuff. That's why it's very important that if you do have a relationship, that you make sure that you're down there. Yeah, the kids had their roller skates and stuff on. Yep, they believe in that. They believe in that exercise thing. But yeah, they believe in celebration. That's why they take Christmas, holidays, all those type of holidays, New Year's Eve, um, and then certain holidays they have like Flower Day and all that stuff. They take those holidays very seriously. And then in Barranquilla, they have the carnival every year, and that thing is huge. The Barranquilla Carnival, they have it every. I think they have it every February. I thought about going to the Barranquilla Carnival, but it's a bit too much. It's a little bit. It's a bit too much. There's a lot of crowd. I hear about people getting pickpocketed and all that type of stuff, But yeah, they love to sell. They love to celebrate. They love to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be there to celebrate with them, guys. Okay, okay. This is very important. What I'm getting ready to tell you. What you say, Marcus? Say that. That's why Barranquilla is known for, anyways, the carnival. Yeah. What? Yeah. Number six, they culture, they rich in culture. Okay? They take pride in their heritage. This Colombian guy told me, I never forget this. And I hope you guys are paying attention because I'm teaching you something that you need to know, the truth, about when you date these females, okay? Nobody's going to tell you this stuff about Tony Rowe, all right? Rich cultural roots is very important to them. Never, 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 never. This is the prime directive I'm getting ready to tell you. In Colombia, never make fun of their culture. If you do that in front of her, she'll never forgive you for it. She will never forgive you for it. Never make fun of the culture or talk down about the culture. She'll never forgive. Colombian guy told me that a long time ago. He said, whatever you say, he said, I don't care how angry or how mad you become at her. I don't care how mad you become at her or whatever fight you have. Never humiliate them about their culture. That is like the prime directive. They wouldn't, even though she may act like she forgive you, but she'll never forgive you for that. They take that very seriously. From the Afro-Colombians, you know what I'm saying? From the Costeños on the coast to the indigenous people, you know what I'm saying? Their culture is even richer, they're more vibrant. They have a very vibrant and very rich culture. Okay? So never, 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 never make fun of their culture. Never, even when you're mad. Never make fun of the language. Never make fun, of the attire or whatever. Never do that, because they'll never forgive you for it. Never. That be back. That will be back in her mind all the time. She'll never forget that, and she won't respect you anymore. Let me see. You should go, Tony. And I went to Carnival 23. I'm at Ace Live out there. Yeah, Ace. Yeah, he's there every year. Ace never missed the carnival. I might do it one time. I might do it. I might do go to that carnival. But man, it just seemed like this. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not really into crowds very much. You know what I'm saying? I don't like too many crowds. And most of the people in Barranquilla say they really don't like the carnival. They say it's too noisy and too loud. But I might do it one day. But I mean, it'd be like, oh my God, it'd be so many people. It'd be so many people down there at that carnival, man. It'd be wild. You say I should go. You say you went in 2023, and man, Ace like, yeah, Ace, he always there. Yeah, Ace is always there. You know, Ace is always there at that carnival. He's been doing it for years. I've been knowing Ace for a long time. Yeah, I was on his I did a live with him before, years ago, about the romance to a matter of fact. Some of y'all probably seen that. Okay, so I told y'all about the importance of rich and cultural roots, right? Okay. They are very talented in many, number 8, they are very talented in many different ways that you don't even know. They love to sing, they love to dance. They are very important in the community. They love to dance. They love the salsa dance. If you know how to salsa, that's a good thing right there. That's a thumbs up right there. Yeah, they love the salsa dance. Let me see. It's supposed to be noisy. It's a carnival. Yeah, lots of that, but it's fun and part of the culture. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, there'd be a lot of nice looking women there too. Yeah, I've seen videos of Ace when he did. I might do it. I'm not for sure. Because when I go to Colombia, I'm usually like laid back, man. I'm in a very relaxed mode. I'm not your typical tourist or whatever you want to call. You know, the chicos be with me. We drinking wine. We drinking cervezas. We in the hot tub. We in the swimming pool. We go for walks, and I'll be listening to some soul R&B. They love soul R&B. One of my next videos, I'm gonna have a list of the 10 artists to play for them when you're over there. They love that old R&B. I don't know. I don't know what is it that they love about it, but they love that slow R&B, old school music. They love it. They love it. Yep. So I got number 8. And they're another thing too. They're very supportive of each other. And if they love you, they'll be very supportive of you. Yep. They believe in supporting each other, man. They believe in that support, especially for each other. So that's why if you do 1-to-1, if you do bad to one, you can expect a mob to show up at your door. Because they really support each other down there. Okay? So always be respectful. Um, always respect their values and everything. Be very sensitive to that. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're very angry with these guys coming down here with, showing very trash. They call what they tell me. This is what they told me. I'm not making this up. They say the passport bros are trash tourism. That's what they call it. They call it trash tourism. Yep, they hold each other up accountable. Absolutely. Yeah, I do get out of that hotel. I go to other places. I just don't stay in the hotel. I go to all the different restaurants and everything out there. No, I just don't be at the hotel. I just don't be sitting in one spot the whole time I'm there, Chris. But I have a system that I work with while I'm down there. You know what I'm saying? What they provide for me and the security they provide for me, because I'm hearing so many nightmare scenarios that's happening down there to tourists. Yeah, we go to the malls, we go to the restaurants, I do a lot of tourism down there. But I do everything through the hotel though. Because they are the resort, they're very accountable for you. And they have their own special people that do the tourism and everything. Don't never, never, never have a chica with you and then she tells you, oh, my ride gonna come pick us up. Never do that, Chris. I never do that. I never get into cars and taxis or Ubers or people that I don't know. I run the show. I run the taxis, I run the Ubers, I do everything. Because I've heard some really, really bad situations that tourists find themselves in. So no, I just don't just be at the resort. You remember I told you about the castle we went to? We went to this really nice castle and had a picnic there. I do other things there. But that resort is like paradise though. I'm telling you, it is. It's just not like being in a hotel room. It's what I mean by everything is in my fingertips, I mean everything is within my fingertips. Everything. Glad that you move well. Yeah, I move very. You got to. You got to. I've heard. It was this one guy. I heard stories. If you guys haven't subscribed to the Gringo Files, subscribe to that. And a lot of these guys just make simple, stupid mistakes. It costs them thousands of dollars or even their life. Medellin, Colombia is a beautiful country. It's a beautiful country. Medellin and Barranquilla. Colombia is a beautiful country, but it can be a very dangerous country too. If you don't know how to move, it can be a very dangerous country if you don't know how to move. Never, never, never get into a vehicle with somebody that you don't know. I don't care how pretty she is. I don't care, how nice she is, how she look. Never get into a vehicle of somebody that you don't know. Never accept a drink from somebody that you don't know. And let me tell you something. Even Cookie, y'all met Cookie on the live. She was one of the sweetest girls I ever met. But I still didn't leave my drinks unattended around her. Excuse my voice. The resort that I stay with, they give me different deals. It could be like $100 a night. It could be $80 a night. It all depends on when you moved in because they know me very well. As soon as I walked in there, they came and gave me hugs. Oh, Tony, you're back, you're back, you're back. I can't tell you which one it is because, unfortunately, like you said, you got trolls on here. You have dangerous people that want to do harm to you. I never tell. Content creators usually don't tell where they stay. You can't do that because, like I said, I did live streams from there when I was in Colombia a few days ago. And next you know, you got somebody showing up at your Airbnb or wherever it is that you're staying at. But they give me a good price. I wish I could tell you which one it is, but I can't tell you. Yeah, with the taxi drivers, right? That's what I'm saying. Because even though, let me tell you something, even though the taxi takes me back home, I'm sorry, takes me back to the airport when I leave, I still use this phone around here, this phone right here. Even though that is the resort taxi that they use to transport, tourists back and forth to that, resort. I still don't trust the cab drivers. Yeah, people do have common sense in the States, but when they get out there, they don't have common sense. They don't have common sense. So what I do is I have a system at place when I go there. I have a system in place, and I follow those same footsteps every single time when I go down there. That's what kept me safe for all these years. That's what kept me safe for all these years. Because I'm telling you, there was places that I was going to go, and they stopped me. They said, "No, don't go there." Oh no, Don't go there at night. You don't need to go there at night. We got everything here. Guys say, we got everything here. What you want? Chicas, we got drinks, we got food, everything you want to. But don't get me wrong. I do go to, I do go on dates with these girls and we do go to other places. But it's through that resort that we go to. We use their vans, we use their taxis, we use their people, the people that's employed there. I will never, let her say, she will call and say, hey, Tony, let's go for a picnic. My ride's going to come pick us up tomorrow. I'm not getting it. I'm not going on the ride with her. No, no way. Yeah, but I'm just saying, Marcus, I don't trust, you can't trust nobody. You can't trust nobody. You can't trust nobody. You have to use common sense. Common sense. Yeah, you have to be careful, man. You have to be careful. You can't trust anybody. And I know her a little bit longer than a month too, Marcus. I've been talking to Cookie off and on for a while. Been on social media for a while. I've been talking to her, but I fully didn't trust her. And she was a good person. She was a very good person. I do a good job of vetting people very well. She was a very good person, but yet still, while we're together, I didn't leave my drinks unattended. I didn't walk away to the bathroom and leave a drink on the table and walk back and drink that drink. And I don't even do that here. Okay? I don't even do that here in the States. If I'm at a restaurant or something and I have to go to the bathroom, guess what? That drink and that food is contaminated. That food and that drink is contaminated. I order a whole nother drink I'm sorry, I will order another drink. If I have to, I'll order another meal. I do not leave my food or my drinks ever unattended. If I walk away from it, I don't care who's sitting at the table. It could be my own sister sitting at the table or my cousins or whatever. I still, when I walk away from my food, it's contaminated. Because even the best type of people that you meet or a woman that you meet down there could still be a scopolamine queen. They come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. If you don't believe me, watch Obi Land's videos. Okay, I did number 9. Okay, I'm getting off subject here. Sorry. Number 10, I'm going to leave you guys with. I hope y'all writing these down. They love great food and coffee. Yes, they do. They love good food, man. Colombian women love good food. Yes, they do. And food is a big part of the culture. They know how to prepare delicious meals and enjoy sharing them with you. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel real good when they be able to share a really delicious meal with you. That's very important to them. And they're very, very good cooks. Very good cooks. These women are very, very good cooks. I had one that cooked for me at the romance tour in my Airbnb. Very good cook. Yes, they are. Who's that I cook for you, big man? There's so many, so many. There's so many trolls on this thing. They were I cook for you, Big Papa. That is crazy, man. Yeah, I've known Cookie for a little while. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I talked to her. Oh, I did talk to Barbie too. I talked to her yesterday. I told her I tried to get in contact with her, but she didn't answer. She said she didn't get the message, so she was very disappointed. She asked me when the next time I'm coming. I said, I don't know right now, especially with all the stuff that's going on right now. Let me see anybody else that I miss. Let's see. Arizona, so good to see you, sir. Yeah, the taxi drivers will rob you too. Yes, they will. Absolutely. Yeah, those taxi drivers, you can't trust them. They will rob you. Yeah, those taxi drivers, they will rob you. Yes, absolutely. Always get a phone like this when you go. This phone right here will keep you safe. Because what I do is, let me tell you another thing I do. When I'm coming from the airport to the hotel, to the resort, whatever you want to call it, I put on Google Map. I use Google Map to see if we headed into the right direction. And one thing it does, it tells you about how many minutes it's going to take to get there. And I notice that the minutes are going down, down. When the minutes are going down and down and down, that's letting you know you're getting closer and closer to your destination. So always use this while you using a taxi and use the Google Map. If you see that the time is going up and up and up, that's scary. They're taking you out the way. They're taking you out the way. Let me see. We'll see. Smooth Life talk about you are in a position, Tony, to possibly retire. I don't know, man. They keep making all these changes on Social Security. Look into that. Take back your time you've given to the system. I feel like $1,400 quote they gave you isn't accurate. Yeah, that's what they gave me, man. They cut Social Security. They cut it. It used to be 2,000 or something because I checked it like a couple of years ago. Say how much what I would get if I retired at the age of 62. But the government is they're taking stuff, man. Colombian people always are watching me with bigger. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they watch you. Absolutely. Yeah, they're watching you. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They do watch you. Yes, they do. They do watch you. That's why you gotta be courteous and respectful. Courteous and respect would take you a very long ways down there. I don't be rude to the women that clean my room. I don't be rude to the people that cook the food. I give them tips. I say thank you, mucho gracias. I be respectful the whole time I'm there. And no matter what chica you got, when you have a chica with you, you make sure you do this, guys. Make sure you always walk out with her. Make sure you always walk out with her. Okay? When she comes, you greet her. When she leaves, you say goodbye, but you always escort her to the car. Open up the car door and shut the door behind her. They like that. That take you a long ways. You can download offline Google Map too if you don't have Wi-Fi. Let me see. Hold on for 1 second, Marcus. See, you can download offline Google Maps too if you don't have Wi-Fi in your phone or have time to get a SIM card where coming from. You know what I do is, Chris, it's maybe a little expensive, but I just go ahead and get the roaming charges on my phone. I have AT&T, so to go through the SIM card stuff and all that stuff and stuff. Now, if I would be down there for a long, long, long period of time, then I would do what you say and do. But if you're going to be there for a very short time, I activate the roaming, even though it's a little expensive. Even though, and then with T-Mobile, I just signed up a phone with doing my other phone. They would give you a package, a roaming package that you can use. You know what I'm saying? That it will work down there, and when you go to another country when you're roaming. But you're right, absolutely. But this phone here, I activate the roaming. As soon as I get before my trip, I activate the roaming. As soon as I get there, it starts working. It starts working. You said people should be respectful regardless. Absolutely, I agree with you, Marcus. But they watch that. Hold on for a second here. Everything is so tiny on the thing. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. You say easy. You say I get tired of sometimes looking. I wish they treat me like a local. No, they're not gonna never treat you like a local. You always remember you are a gringo. You're a foreigner. You're always gonna be an outsider. Always. No, hey, LePont, how you doing? Hey, if this is your guys' first time on this, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, man. That would really push my videos and this channel out, man. It really would be great. No, I never been to the Philippines before. Yeah, you're not Colombian, right? Absolutely. Yeah, please like and subscribe, man. I appreciate it, man. I would really appreciate y'all hit that like and subscribe button, man. Thank you very much, man. I really would appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, but they do watch you. They do. But sometimes I'll be eating my meal. Sometimes I notice the cook could be looking over, like peeping over, like checking me out. Yeah, they do watch you. Even when you're at the store, they know that you're a gringo. Yep. When you go to the mall, they know that you're a gringo. See, when I'm walking on the streets with women, people are watching me more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When I be walking when I was walking with, when Cookie was with me, when we was at the mall walking around, and we went to the supermarket, people were just staring because I don't think they don't see very many, and I don't see it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hold on, let me get something to drink. I'll be right back. My throat is kind of dried up. Just 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. But you know what? I know what you're saying. How they look at you strange because when I was with Cookie walking, when they see, I'm gonna be honest with you, you don't see very many black men, especially of my complexion, walking around holding hands with a snow bunny. You don't see very many of that in Colombia, in Medellin. I don't see very many Afro Colombians walking around with a paisa. I never seen that. Now I have seen maybe a couple of passport bros down there, maybe with a chica, and he's with a snow bunny, walking around with her and stuff, and they're holding hands and things like that. But you don't very rarely see guys of my complexion, of dark complexion, walking around with a very white, light complected Paisa woman, in Medellin. You don't see that very much. Usually they be with their own, with other Colombian guys, but you don't see them walking around that much, with people that look like me. So they do be stared. They do kind of look like, wow, he must be a foreigner or something, you know? But they don't bother me anything. They don't discriminate against me or anything. I don't feel like, like here, if you walk around in the wrong place with a white woman or something like that, you get nasty looks here in the States. Down there, you don't get no looks. They're, one thing I like about down there, they just mind their own business. That's what people need to do here. Just mind your own business. Black man and older too. Yeah, yeah. Black men and older. Right, right. It's the race and the age, I believe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely smooth life. In other words, it's not common to treat a woman with respect. I don't know about that, Marcus. I know I treat them with respect. Is that really like a surprise, or they wish something was different? I don't know. I know they did look at us, I do get some looks, when I'm at the mall or when I'm, going to, walking on the streets with a snow bunny, with a paisa, those women you see in Medellin, they white, but they have that long, silky black hair, that goes down to their back. And I'm dark complected, and I'm walking around holding hands with them. We're in the like in a romantic type of embrace, and they just be looking, like just like staring, but they don't do anything, you know, like Jim Crow, anything like like they're being racist or anything like that. They just because they don't see it they probably don't really see it very much. They probably don't see it very much. Yeah, I'm very well seasoned, man. I date whoever I want to date, man. As long as she's a woman, a grown woman, I date whoever I want to date. Cookie was 30 years old. She was 30. Yes, it does. There is a form of racism in Colombia. Yes, it is. It is. But it's not it's not as bad as like Jim Crow racism. You know what I'm saying? When somebody you walk down the street and somebody call you the N word, or you see pictures of black people hanging in nooses and things like that. They don't have that down there, but there is some form of racism as is down there, especially in Latin America. It does happen. Unfortunately, it is. I'm here 6 months and I speak fluent Spanish. Oh, that's good. And they asked me, "Did you just arrive here?" And easy. I'm sorry, easy. You going through this? They say you speak fluent Spanish, and they asked me, "Did I just arrive here?" And they think I don't speak Spanish. Yeah, I know, I know. Did you know the Colombian guy? Y'all remember that guy that does videos? The Colombian guy. Hope he's okay. He haven't did videos in a while. Haven't got nothing from him. But the Colombian guy said they always mistake him as um, a foreigner, as a passport bro, and he's Afro-Colombian. What's up? What's up? What's up, nephew? Mr. Chris, how you doing, man? Just giving some tips on how to keep your Colombian wife happy. Yeah, you gotta watch the entire video when I come off the live, okay? Yeah, they're mistaking him. Yeah, they're mistaking him as a passport bro, as American, and he had to like convince them that I'm Afro-Colombian. I mean, he speaks Spanish very fluently, just like they do. But his looks, the way how he carries himself, and the way he wears his hair and everything, and his own people down there, it's really crazy. his the native Colombians don't think he's from there, and he's Afro-Colombian. He say he has to deal with that all the time. They think he's a foreigner. You said smooth like you said my fighting stories. Where what you talking about? Fight a what you mean by fighting stories? Yeah, Afro Colombians don't have wavy hair. No, they have they look just like us. They're black people. What you mean by fighting stories? Smooth life. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Okay. I used to do a lot of fighting when I was young, you know. Oh man. Smooth life, you're so crazy. You come up with these crazy stuff. Man, you know what, Smooth life? Let me tell you, I used to do a lot of fighting when I was young. A lot younger. Like when I was like in elementary school, going to junior high school. We had a lot of bullies back in those days. And there was a bully that used to pick with me too. I was bullied as a kid. I was bullied as a kid. Let me see. Good. Pound and pounds of cocaine. I don't know about that, bro. Man, I'm getting so many trolls on this live. I see what the bigger challenge have to go through now. But yes, Smooth Life, I was bullied as a child. I mean, growing up as a child. But you guys ain't gonna never believe what changed my life. People back then just bully you because they could. They bully you because they just didn't like you. The way you walk, the way you talk, or anything. That's what bully does. They just pick like randomly just pick people to bully. They think they can get over on. But guess what changed my life, guys? You're not gonna believe what changed my life for me not being bullied anymore. It was during the 70s. It was in the 1970s. Man, this made me feel like I'm so old on here. It was during the 1970s, guys. And guess what happened that changed my life for not being bullied anymore? I want people on the live to put what? If y'all want me to tell you what changed my life from not being bullied anymore. Smooth Life is the only one. Put it in the comment section. Put a one if you want me to tell you what changed my life. He said, I'm from Eastern Europe and people from Western Europe. Okay. What changed your life? One night, I was sitting with my family and they was watching a movie called Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee. Yes! 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 I watched Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon. If y'all know about that movie, put it up. I want everybody, if anybody ever seen that classic movie, put a one in the comment section now. If not, I'm leaving this chat right now. Put a one in the chat. If anybody on here watch Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee. Okay, easy, put one. I see Mark. Let me see. Marcus learned. This man learned MMA. Come on, y'all. Y'all can put the one in the chat. If anybody in this chat ever saw Enter the Dragon, put a one. Okay, yes. That's what changed my life. And when I watched that movie, I went downstairs and I practiced the move that Bruce Lee was doing. And we had a center called the Malcolm X Center Right down the street where I was staying, where I was living at, was my grandmother that taught martial arts. We was going, woo, 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 woo. It was this black dude, man. you guys, you guys are taking me back. This whole life, you're taking me back. When I walked into that Malcolm X Center in that gym, it was a black dude with an afro this big, man. He had on that white jacket and that belt, that black belt. Go, whoo, 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 whoo. He was walking around looking at everybody. And I said, man, I want to learn karate. I want to learn martial arts. And that's all we did back in those days, man. We were just doing karate all the time. And then one time, that bully came up to me. And actually, I'm not making this up. It was four people, it was four guys that was bullying me. And they all surrounded me on the playground. Four dudes surrounded me on the playground. Okay? And I did like this. I was doing like this. Just like Bruce Lee. I took my stand. I kicked all of their asses. Every last one. I was doing roundhouse kick, kicking them in the face. Man, I was going, woo, ah, woo, 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 woo. Yeah, woo. I was just like Bruce Lee. I was kicking their butt, man. I was kicking their butt. And ever since then, nobody messed with me. And I was a bad dude back there too, man. I was a bad dude. Yes, really, yes, yes. I was so good back in those days. I used to walk around with a karate suit on, with an afro this big, with an afro pick behind my back, in my hair. We used to have those afro picks that had the Black Power fists on it. I had an afro this big. Used to be walking around with a karate suit on up and down the street. And I would dare somebody try to mess with me. Those were the days, man. Those were the days. Dragonfly Jones. Yeah. Yeah. What's up? What's up, Josh? What's up, y'all? Yeah. Well, smooth life. You asked for it, so I gave you the answer. Watch what you asked for on this live. You just might get it. And if I had to use it in Colombia, I will use it. I will use it. If I have to use it down there, I will use it. Because sometimes what I do is when sometimes before I go, because I do exercise, I do try to take care of myself. And sometimes I may do a little, martial arts, practice it a little bit, before I go down there. And I do, yeah. Bruce Lee, he had a style. He had he used a style called Jeet Kune Do, which he used karate, judo, kung fu, boxing. He was able to bring it all together and create his own style. When I got older, when you get into your late teens, when you start getting more involved in girls and stuff like that. But back then, it was the hype of martial arts. Bruce Lee was really big back then. He was big, man. Then he came out with all those different movies called The Big Boss and stuff like that. You know. And then you had what's the name of that guy? You had Jim. Let me see. There was another guy, a black dude, that was really he was doing movies too. We had a lot of black movie stars doing kung fu. It was a lot of kung fu movies back then. Back in the early '70s, probably mid '70s. But when I got older, you know what I'm saying, I began to get more serious about girls and stuff like that. Let me see. In the '80s, the Karate Kid did come out. So yeah, the Karate Kids. But I even go back before the Karate Kids. I'm talking about We had Black Belt Jones. I'm talking about this is old school stuff. We had what's the name of that guy? There was another guy that was doing kung fu, black dude that's doing kung fu films back then too. Oh my gosh, what's the name of that dude? God, I can't think of his name. Eddie Murphy did a remake of his movie. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Eddie Murphy did him and Wesley Snipes did it together. Did a remake of that movie. What was the name of that movie, y'all? Jackie Chan plus Karate Kid plus Rapid Fire. Yes, Rapid Fire. Yeah, I remember Rapid Fire. Yeah, that was sad. Jim Kelly. Yeah, Jim Kelly. Yep. Yep, Jim Kelly. Yep, he was another one. Yep. And that was another. It was called Black Exploitation Films. Um, he was like a pimp, but he knew he was a pimp, but he knew karate. What was the name of that? What was the name of that movie? Gosh, the Eddie. Let me see if I can find the name of that movie. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. I can't remember that. I want you guys to know the name of that movie. Let me see. Not Harlem Nights. No. It's not that old. Him and Wesley Snipes was together in this movie. Let me see. Let me see. Wesley Snipes movie with Eddie Murphy. Hold on. Let me see. What's the name of the movie? Captain America 2. What's the other name of the movie? Dolomite. Yes, Dolomite. Yeah, there was another guy that was doing a movie called Dolomite. He knew Kung Fu. Yeah, Dolomite. Yeah. But there was another one that came out in the 70s. That's just a remake. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there was a remake. Yeah, Truck Turner. Yeah. That's all we used to do. And then not only that, there used to be another show during the 80s when we passed from the 70s going into the 80s called Kung Fu Classics. And at night there was this it was a show called Kung Fu Classics, and they used to show kung fu movies every weekend, like the Shaolin Temple, the Shaolin Kung Fu. Like ooh, wah, da, 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 them jumping on tables, doing cartwheels and all that stuff. Yeah, Dolomite is my name. Yeah. Golden Buddha. What's up, Golden Buddha? There's a lot of new people on here. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel too. Yeah, The Last Dragon. That was a big hit. That was a big hit, The Last Dragon. Yes, that came out in the 80s. Yes. With Bruce Leroy. Yeah. And Vanity was in that movie. Yeah. The Shaw Brothers. Yeah. And then they had another guy, his name was called Bruce Lee. He was like a successor of Bruce Lee. And they had this one kung fu movie back, I think this was back in the 70s. It was back 77, 78. And y'all gonna laugh at the name of the movie. The movie was called The Soul Brothers of Kung Fu. That was the name of the movie, called The Soul Brothers of Kung Fu. Yeah, the Shaw Brothers. Yeah. Yeah, the Soul Brothers of Kung Fu. They had a black dude, a white dude, and a Chinese dude was doing Kung Fu. And they were brothers. They was brought up by the same Shaolin master. Yeah, The Last Dragon, that was a good movie. That was a good movie. And the guy that played it, they kind of did him wrong. They kind of did him wrong because they was going to do other movies. They was talking about doing The Last Dragon 2, make a series out of it. But you know how Hollywood is. But that was a good movie, The Last Dragon. It was a big hit too. Everybody back then was talking about it. I went to go see it at the show. And he had Vanity. I don't know if you guys remember Vanity. The Vanity, that was Prince group. A girl that's in Prince had a group called the Vanity Six. I think that's what's the name of it. And she was fine, man. She was hot back then, boy. Everybody wanted to be with Vanity. And she was in that movie with Bruce, the guy that played Bruce Leroy. Yeah, Dolomite, my name. Yeah. Yeah, those films were called more like black exploitation films. Yeah, but I was bullied a lot as a kid. I was. But I'll never forget that when I was sitting there with my aunt, may she rest in peace. I was sitting there with my uncles. And they were young at the time too. They were young. They was like a little younger than me now. We was all sitting around the TV. Everybody was in that living room, man. We had back then we didn't have color TVs back then. We had just a black and white television. Like a regular size black and white TV. And we all was sitting there watching Enter the Dragon. I'll never forget that. Everybody was in that living room. But did you know that was Bruce Lee? What was crazy about Enter the Dragon? Did you guys know that he lived long enough to finish the movie, but he didn't live long enough to watch it, to see it, go to the theaters. He lived long enough to finish the movie, but he never lived long enough to see it. He died right after the movie came out. And when he passed away, oh my God, oh Lord, man, that was crazy. You said, and Sanford and the Son. Yeah, Sanford and the Son, yeah. Yeah, we used to watch that too a lot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We was a dip. Man, bullies used to be really bad back then, man. Yeah, Brandon Lee. Yeah, that was sad when he passed away too. Yeah. Yeah, Brandon Lee, that was sad. He was he came out with that movie Rapid Fire. And when I remember I went to go see the movie Rapid Fire. That was I think that was 1992. No, that was like 88, I think it was, when Rapid Fire came out. But I remember I did go see the movie Rapid Fire. And when I saw him, I say, oh, he's going to take off where his father left off. And when he did the second movie called The Crow, that was the second movie Brandon Lee did. He died on the set of the movie on a prop accident. That was sad. I was like, oh, man. He looked just like his dad, too. Brandon Lee looked just like his dad. And he knew Kung Fu, too. Yeah, 1992 it came out, yeah. Yeah, he died of an accident. It was a prop gun that when they use those guns on the set of the movies, the prop gun fired the chamber and hit him in the chest and underlined him. Yeah, they said it was an accident. Yeah. I remember when it first happened. It was sad. I was like, oh man. Because when I went to go see Rapid Fire, I said, yeah, he's getting ready to take it because his dad was just like on the threshold of becoming big with Enter the Dragon. That was his biggest. He directed it, and Bruce Lee directed that movie and everything. And that was like him coming. I mean, he did movies before that made him famous, but this was getting ready to put him. Enter the Dragon was getting ready to put him way up there in the superstar status. You say you find one, I never feared someone's size. That's good, Marcus. Bruce Lee was pretty short. I think he was. Let me see. What was this? Let me see. What was Bruce Lee's size? Hold on. Bruce Lee only. I found out that Bruce Lee only weighed 130 pounds. He was pretty. He was pretty small. Let me see. Just 1 second. Oh, okay. Bruce Lee was 5'8". He was 5'8", so he was pretty tall. Yep, he was 5'8", but he was very small, very small. Jay, what's up? Salute, brother. Salute to you. Salute to you. Salute to Jay, man. Jay's in the house, everybody. Make sure I'm not missing nobody. Yeah, 5'7". Yeah, 5'7". Here they say here on Google, they said that he was 5'8". So just by 1 inch. You got me just by 1 inch. Yep. What's up, Mr. Ohio? How you doing? Yeah, he was the master of the punch. Yeah, yeah. He combined speed with strength. That's what Bruce Lee did. He combined strength with speed. He had speed and he had strength and power. Because he had that power punch that will knock you. I mean, knock you 4 feet back. And he did a lot of experiments with that punch. But I heard he was something else though. Ephesians 5:11. Okay, thank you, though, Ohio. Let me see. By the way, your Tigers won the last one last night. Yes, no. Tied the series 2-2. Game to the ACLS. Man, I miss having my kid. I miss being able to watch sports like I used to, Jay. But it just everything is just so expensive, man. They want you to pay. Like I said, during the Lions playoffs last year, I had to sign up for 5 different platforms just to be able to follow the playoffs. I just miss the old days when you just be able to just turn on the TV and watch any sport that you wanted to, but everything is about money now. And I can't go to go to Buffalo Wild Wings every time I want to watch you know, a sports event. Yeah, he's massive punch. But thank you for keeping me up to date, Jay. Thank you for keeping me up to date. So all right, guys. Make sure y'all let me see how many likes I got. Yeah, I got 13 likes. Wow, this is great. This is great, man. Chris, I'm gonna have you on. I'm gonna do next week. The next time, guys, I want everybody to jump on with me when I go to live StreamYard. And hey, Chris, I have a question. If you're on there still, are you back from Peru? I'd like to hear your experience in Peru. If you are, we're gonna interview you on the next live stream, okay? On StreamYard. We're gonna do the next live stream on StreamYard. Okay? I love you guys very, very much. Thank you all for tuning in to my live tonight. I really appreciate it. Okay, you back in Atlanta. Okay, okay. I'm gonna get with you on Instagram, and we're gonna set up a time and everything. You can come on as special guest Peru because I like to know how everything went with you in Peru. You know, you can share with the rest of the family. We're a family, guys. We all got to stick together, man, in these times we're living in. Okay, let's stick together. And Woody Brown, I want to thank you for the super chat. I mean, for the Cash App. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the contribution. Thank you, Smooth Life, for the contribution also. Um, I really thank you guys a lot. I really appreciate it. Um, yeah, I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate you guys, man. Yeah, we're family on here. You guys are family. No, I don't care. I can have 100,000 subscribers tomorrow. I'm still gonna remember every last person this year. Marcus, A, Chris, everybody. Arizona, everybody. Willie Brown, remember you, everything. Eric, everybody. I'm gonna remember everybody on this live. I promise you. Mickey White, it's good to see you too, brother. And you know what, man? I'm gonna tell you guys something, man. Live your life, man. I'm going to a family hour tomorrow. Another one of my relatives passed away. Guys, if you guys don't learn anything from me, always remember this. Life is short, man. It's so freaking short. You don't have as much time as you think you have here. Get your passport and travel. Travel, see the world. Go to Colombia, go to Brazil, whatever place that makes you feel happy. Go. Go. And then when you go there with a purpose. Go there with a purpose. Try to achieve something, okay? Find your wife. The Bible says, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. If you can find that, I know it's very a little challenging, but I just want to see you guys happy, man. Because it goes by really fast. One of my cousins passed away. I just talked to her not too long ago. We was at a dinner and she looked fine. We was there. It was at we had at the place. My other cousins, my sister's house. We had, it was like a Christmas party. And we had the food out and everything. The food was being catered and everything. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" She said, "I'm doing fine. What about yourself?" She didn't look sick to me. Next thing I know, she's gone. Just like that. Just like that, she's gone. So they're going to have the funeral Saturday, and the family hour is going to be tomorrow. So keep the family in prayers. But enjoy your life, man. It's good to see everybody on here, man. It's so good to see y'all. And when you travel, just be careful. Just always say a prayer before you go. When I just came back from Medellin, when I went there this week, I asked God to protect me. I said, "God, please protect me from all the danger and unseen danger that could be waiting for me down there, And God took care of me, I went down there, had a good time, met some chicas, and we eat and drink, had a beautiful time. And I'm back home now. So I'm just glad to be back home. Well, I miss it there. I wish I was still there, but If I'm going to retire, I would like to retire there. I love that place. I love Colombia. I love the culture. I love the people. And the place that I stay, it's just so relaxing, guys. You just don't know. I'm surrounded by palm trees, surrounded by green plants, beautiful chicas. I like when it rains for a minute and then the sunshine comes out. It's like it was just paradise. I was living basically in paradise when I was there. You know, so live your dreams, guys. Live your dreams. Don't waste any time because we don't have much time here. And I would definitely see you guys on the next live stream. Okay. And what I'm gonna do is on the next live stream, I'm gonna do it on StreamYard, and we're gonna bring Chris on, and I'm gonna show you some videos that I took, some content that I made down there in Colombia. I didn't do very much video content because for some reason they don't like to be filmed. I mean, the chicas don't like. I had to practically beg Cookie to allow her to be on the live. I said, please, can you please be on the live, please, please, please. She said, well, all right, you know what I'm saying. So that's what we're gonna do. Let me see, Marcus. When you went on that romance tour with Jamie, all from 6 years ago, he was an older dude. He was kind of older. If you go to he does do what he wants, but just be if you go through him, be careful. So remember, Marcus, you be asking me a lot about the romance tour. Remember. Romance tours are only for people, are working guys, usually for business, working class guys that's interested in bringing a Colombian woman back to the States. Usually, guys that do those romance tours, they don't travel back and forth multiple times like we do. They don't travel back to Colombia multiple, like 5 or 6 times, 5 or 6 or 10 times like we do. We go like every year. They get in contact with the agency and they pay for the tour, and they give them an option on what age range they're looking for, what type of girl they look for. It's called another name for mail order brides. That's another name for romance tours. There have been some guys that have been successful with it, but I heard some very bad nightmares that have happened to guys that met their woman on those romance tours. Like the one I told you about, the girl that was still sleeping with her cousin. Matter of fact, the guy that married the girl on the guy that met the Colombian girl, that he found out that she was cheating on him with her own cousin. He met her from one of those romance tours. So what I suggest you do, Marcus, is take your trip down there and just kind of see what you like. See if this is what you want. You got to test the waters out before you make that big decision. Because you don't want to make the wrong decision. And if you ever do decide to marry somebody, make sure you get a prenuptial agreement. And make sure you keep your assets separate from hers. Don't sign no papers putting her on the deed of your house. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Get you a prenup. Say it was mine is mine, was yours is yours. You come in here with nothing, you decide to leave, you leave out with nothing. We work too long and too hard to lose everything like that. When I heard about that guy lost his house and paying child support for a baby that's not even his, it belongs to the cousin. Oh my God. I was like, oh man. I feel bad for him, man. But that's what happened when you don't do your, I'm not trolling him. We all make mistakes. But that's what happens when you don't get counseling. What's hers is hers. What's yours is yours. Okay? I'm going to tell you guys the next live I do, because I was married before. I don't know if y'all ever knew that. And I used to be married a long time ago. And I got to tell you, I have to tell you all, the divorce proceedings that I went through. And I don't think I would ever again get married in the States. Never. I will never do that. Because they tried to take everything I had. They tried to take everything I have. That judge, I'm going to tell y'all this before I go. I'm going to let y'all know what happened to me. Y'all want me to tell you the story? Let me tell you what happened to me. Let me tell you this. Back in 1986, I got married. Back then, I was about 20 years old. I got married to this woman. She had 3 children at the time. I didn't have no children. I married into an already made family. I'm going to tell y'all this. Let you know about my business. Best luck to you too, Barbara. Best luck to you too in your future. Also, God bless you too. Thank you, Barbara, for coming. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I'd like to bring you on and interview you too. Thank you. Thank you very much. But let me tell y'all what happened. We stayed together for about a year and a half. The relationship went sour. So I called my grandfather. I said, I'm leaving this woman and I need a place to stay. Because she was doing some things. She was drinking a lot and stuff, and we used to argue a lot, and I didn't want to have no parts of that. I'm not saying she was a bad person, but that's what caused the breakup of the marriage. But let me tell you what happened. So I moved with my granddad. I separated from her. But guess what? I never officially divorced her. I just went on with my life like it was nothing. Okay? So when I started traveling to Colombia and looking for a wife, but that was one of my first reasons of traveling to Colombia was to look for a wife. I remember saying, you know what? You never took care of that situation about your wife back there in Detroit. You never officially divorced her. So technically, all those years between 1986 to 2017, I was still legally married to that woman. So let me tell you what I did. I went down to the Penobscot building in downtown Detroit. You can file for what you call a non-contestant divorce. I did the divorce myself. I didn't use a lawyer. You can, if you want to do a divorce, if you're married to a woman, if you don't have any kids, yeah, Norma Ray could break up. Right, Marcus. If you are married to a woman, if you don't have no property, if you don't have no real estate, no assets, no bank account, anything, no kids, nothing like that, You can file for called a non-contested divorce. So that means that she keeps what she got, you keep what you have. Okay? And her kids were grown about the time I filed for the divorce. It took a lot of work because I had to track her down, find out where she was, but she was at the same place that she was when she was with me. That's kind of crazy. I sent out the notice for us to appear in court. I sent out the note for the bailiff to deliver the bailiff is like a police officer that sends the notify her that she has a court date on a divorce proceedings. Okay. And to make a long story short, man, when I seen her, it's like I was watching a ghost. When I seen her at the court, I was like, wow. She didn't look absolutely nothing like the same person that I was married to at all. And her son was there with her too. But she was sick though. She was not in good health when I seen her. But anyway, when it was our time to approach the magistrate, the judge, right? Say this is case number 0007777. So Tony Rome versus Miss Rita such and such. She said, you are filing for a non-contested divorce, right? I said, yes, Your Honor. We're filing for a non-contested divorce. She has what she has. I have what I have. Okay. You know what that judge did? You know what that judge did? She was giving legal advice over the bench. She told my ex-wife that, you know what, you don't have to agree to none of this. You don't have to agree to this. This is not fair. This is not fair. You don't have to agree to these terms. You know what I'm saying? I can give you his pension. She wanted to give her my pension. Give away everything that I worked for, everything I worked hard for. She was going to give it to her. But thank God she didn't want any of my belongings, my pension or anything. And ever since that day that happened, I said I will never again marry a female in the States ever again because the justice system here just does not seem fair to men. It's not fair. That judge tried to ruin my life. But my ex-wife said, no, I don't want any of his things. I just want these divorce proceedings to be over. But the judge but she was a female judge and she was racist too, on top of that. Because I seen other people come behind me and I was like, wow. I will never marry again in the States, ever. Ever. I will never do it again. And after that, so finally her son steps up and say, ma'am, my mom doesn't want anything he has. We just want this to be over. So finally she finalizes the divorce. And my ex-wife, she walks her way and I walk my way. As a matter of fact, I found out she passed away about 3 years ago. May she rest in peace. So I'm just saying, guys, just be careful with your assets. That's all I'm saying. Be careful. If you marry a foreign woman, make sure that you do your homework and keep your assets separate. Keep it separate. What's mine is mine. What's yours is yours. And keep a prenup. Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah. No, she was not a good judge. No, she wasn't. I've seen people, you know what, doing those court proceedings. I seen other people come before me. It was this one guy. This was sad. This was real sad. He met a woman off a dating app or something. He married her. Now, this woman had absolutely nothing coming into the relationship with. Nothing. But he had everything. Okay? So guess what? He didn't do a prenuptial agreement. He had a house. He had a pension. He had retirement. He had everything. He had everything before he met this woman, right? Guess what happens in the divorce proceedings? They only been married for 2 years. And the judge gives him his house. He gets the house. No, she gets the house. I sat there, I was like, seriously? Oh my God. I'll never forget the look on his face. She comes in a relationship with absolutely nothing and leaves with everything that you owned. So I'm just telling you guys, just do your homework, man. And I'm hearing things about what's happening in Pattaya, what's happening in Thailand. Guys fall in love with these Thai girls, and they sapping them for thousands of dollars, man. Thousands of dollars. Guys leaving like they meet a Thai girl, they fall in love with her. The Thai girl say, "Oh, we can live together. We can buy a house together." Then he finds out that he can't own property. In Thailand, they don't allow you to own property, right? Oh, we can put it in my name. We can put it in my name. We can buy the house and live together. I can cook for you. I can do this. As soon as they do that, they nowhere to be found. Gone. Disappeared. Just like that. Just like that. Gone. Let me see. I'm going to read some of these comments. I'm sorry. Remember, a judge can't do that. You can't give someone a house they never had. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Yes, they can, Marcus. They can give it. They can take your property away from you. If you don't have a prenuptial agreement when you marry, yes, they can. They can get your house. Do you like baseball? Yes, I do, sir. Yep. Women don't put nothing back in return. Let me see. Okay, Barbara says, getting married is a risky situation. I agree with you about keeping your own SM plan remains. Yeah, I know. It's horrible. It's horrible. I mean, I'm saying guys, they took them like 40 or 50 years to accumulate the wealth that they got, and they lose it within a few days. Especially when I told you about the girl that married the guy that got pregnant by her own cousin. And it was his house. It was his house. It was his house. He made all the modifications to the house. He built the baby room. He did all of that. He said he spent over $200,000 trying to, for the paperwork to get her and her family. He was taking care of her, and the family came over to the U.S. He said, "Where are you from?" "I'm from here. I'm from Michigan, Detroit." Yep. So, all right, guys, I'm not gonna hold y'all no more, man. I appreciate y'all being on this live. Chris, I'm gonna get with you. We're gonna do that live stream on StreamYard, and I'm gonna show y'all some videos that some clips that I did in Colombia with Cookie. We had a good time. We had fun. Had a lot of fun. But just always remember, just do your homework, guys. Do your homework, do your homework, do your homework, okay? Nice to meet you too, Scott Norris. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, brother. And we're going to be talking about the economic collapse again, with live stream again. I used to do those videos. I hope you guys like them. But Chris, we're going to get together, man. I'm gonna contact you on Instagram. So what do you think it means? Foreigners got money. They make more money than a dude that she's feeling with broke and can provide a lifestyle. Yeah, they will use you, man. Some of, I'm not saying they're all bad, but they will use you. I've seen guys. I've heard stories of guys falling in love with these girls. And let me tell you this before I go. Let me tell you this before I go. Okay, goodbye, Barbara. Thank you, Barbara. Yes, thank you for coming on. If the relationship started off her asking for money, red flag, automatic, dump her quickly. If she started talking about she wants you to, I'm talking about they be asking guys to open up restaurants and all this stuff, and these guys, they do it. They go right into their pension and pull out like they pull out like $15,000, $16,000, $20,000. There's one guy I seen on the Gringo Files. He helped a woman buy a restaurant, and she took a fake picture and never had the restaurant. It was a fake restaurant. I will see you soon too, Barbara. All right, guys. Thank you for another live. Chris, again, I'll be getting back with you. Thank you guys for liking and subscribe to my channel, man. And you all have a blessed day. Peace and blessings to everybody. Y'all be careful out there, okay? I see y'all in a few days. I'm going to the family hour tomorrow. Keep the family in your prayers. And no doubt, I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much. Peace. God bless.